Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me? Great. If you guys can hear me, just share where you're from. Let me know. Let's see some countries right here. Perfect. The chat is late about 30 seconds, so if you say something, I'll answer later. But perfect. It seems that everybody can hear me right now, and we are ready to dive right in. So, yeah, if you're seeing this, just drop where you're from. Let's see some countries right here. Where are you tuning in from? Great. We have Morocco, Canada, Turkey, USA, Ghana. That's great. Venezuela, Nigeria. A lot of different countries, and I'm so glad to see you guys here. Phenomenal. Great. I gathered that you can see the screen really well and that you can hear my voice since I'm seeing your messages. So that is going great. We're gonna start with this webinar really soon, and we're gonna be talking about how to land your dream job as a web developer in 6 months or less. So with that said, I'm gonna wait for you guys to tune in a bit, and we're gonna dive right in. Perfect. So how can you land your dream job in 6 months? Before we dive into that, let me tell you a bit about who I am and how I am qualified to even talk about that. So, as usual, hi there. In case you don't know me, I'm Adrian, the founder and CEO of JavaScript Mastery. Back when I was starting to learn to code, I was in a similar place where you might be. I was confused and overwhelmed. Many days, I was unable to write even a single line of code. I was so close to giving up. But since then, I've taught millions of developers with project-based courses on YouTube. I mentor developers from being stuck to getting their dream jobs. I've also been recognized as a GitHub star. The GitHub Stars programs features only the 100 most influential developers in the world. Today, I want to share with you how you can land your dream job as a web developer in 6 months, even during a layoff. Even if you're just starting to learn to code, or even if you're working already as a developer, but you're not where you currently want to be. If you'd like to get hired as a developer, get promoted and increase your income, start freelancing, build your own apps, start a SaaS business, then this webinar is for you. If you'd like to never feel overwhelmed again, feel unmotivated again, get stuck again on a bug, feel like you're not smart enough, be unhappy with how much you make, be bored with the work and the tech that you use, this webinar is for you. There are a lot of these things that I mentioned, but yes, this webinar is for you if you're feeling frustrated with all the things that we went through. Today, you will find out why learning theory sucks and why and what you should do instead. What I and many successful developers had in common, and you can copy that too. Why you're lacking the motivation to code consistently and how to fix it. And also the 3 most common interview questions and how to answer them. Now, the question is, how committed are you to landing your high-paying dream developer job? Type 1 or 2 in the chat. 1, if you are 100% committed to becoming a successful developer. And 2, if you'd like to be a better developer, but that's not really a priority for you at this time. I'm gonna wait a couple of seconds to see those numbers come into the chat. Great. I see a lot of ones right here, which means that all of you are committed to get started and become a successful developer. Great. Now, let's dive into the meat of today's webinar. Let's dive into how you can actually do that. I'm going to break this down step by step for you. How to master full stack modern web development in 6 months and create industry-grade applications. How to find a mentor to skyrocket your progress and get unstuck. How to stay motivated by joining a community of like-minded driven developers. And how to win at job search. How to create your resume, LinkedIn and GitHub profile, and confidently pass interviews without anxiety and imposter syndrome. Now, we're going to dive into the first one of these points. How to master full stack modern web development in 6 months and create industry-grade applications. I'm going to show you how to go from complete beginner to an intermediate developer. The first step to doing that is practical learning versus learning theory. First, we'll go over why your main focus shouldn't be learning theory. Practical learning is learning by doing. You apply your knowledge to real projects and problems. Then, it also encompasses real-world learning. It's better than just learning theory because you do the same things you'll do on your job. Here's an analogy. If you wanted to become better at boxing, you'd probably do more boxing, right? That's why you build apps. So when you get a job and you need to build apps, you know what to do. When recruiters look for somebody who knows how to build a specific kind of app, you already have a similar app in your portfolio. Isn't that great? Now, also, we want to do something that is engaging and rewarding. And practical learning is just that. It's just more engaging and more rewarding because you get to see the outcome of your work. You see yourself improve and you get feedback from others and do better. Practical learning also helps you develop problem-solving skills. Practical learning helps you develop problem-solving skills because you learn how to approach engineering challenges and bugs in a systematic way. Over time, you become better and faster at solving problems and finding patterns, just like chess players. Do you see how you should spend most of your time doing the practical learning? Do you see yourself writing code, compiling, getting errors, looking for the cause of the bug, changing things? Do you see yourself finally looking at the app you imagined on your screen and not just an idea? Type yes in the chat if you do. Great. I started seeing a lot of yeses come into the chat, which means that most of you are really serious about learning. With that said, now we covered how you should learn, which means we should learn in a practical way. But now let's see what you'll need to learn. Now, as you might know, there is front-end and there is back-end developer. Front-end development is the development of the parts of the website or application that users interact with, like the layout, design, or functionality. Back-end developer, on the other hand, is the development of the servers, databases, and server-side applications that power a website or an application. Front-end and back-end development work together to create a complete website or application. A full-stack developer knows both the front-end and back-end developer. Let's start with what you need to learn to become a front-end developer. Some of these are easy to start, and some of these are easy to those who already have been developing things for a while. So bear with me for a few minutes if you're one of those people. Now, the first thing is going to be, of course, front-end part, and that is HTML. HTML is a language used to create and structure elements on a web page, like text, images, and links. It is used to define how those elements should be displayed on web. And you will need to learn the basics, such as emid, forms, semantic HTML, and SEO basics. Then you'll need to learn CSS. It's a style sheet language to describe how styles should look like. There, you should learn about selectors, positioning, box model, and so on. Also, of course, flexbox, grid, media queries, and animations. Finally, you should learn JavaScript. JavaScript is the most popular programming language in the world. It is used to add interactivity and dynamic behavior to websites. It is used to create things like drop-down menus, form validations, and interactive elements like sliders and carousels. It shouldn't take you too long to learn HTML and CSS, but unlike HTML and CSS, JavaScript is a programming language. That means that you'll need to learn many programming concepts like variables, data types, functions, arrays, and many other things. So if you want to learn that, there's going to be a link down below later on to some extra materials. With that said, after learning those 3 building blocks of the web, then you'll need to learn the basics of using a version control system, such as Git. It enables you to collaborate on projects with other team members, to keep history of all versions of the code so you can go back and view previous versions or revert to an earlier version if necessary. Git and GitHub are your best friends here. After that, you'll have to learn the basics of package managers. They will help you utilize other people's code, meaning you'll need to immediately get access to routing, to different libraries, and it's just going to make your coding so much easier. 2 most popular package managers are npm and yarn. And finally, we get to the big daddy of React libraries, and that is React. Remember when I mentioned JavaScript libraries and frameworks? Well, JavaScript library is a collection of pre-written code that can be used to perform common tasks. It is designed to be easy to use and save time. So, with JavaScript framework, in this case, or a library, in this case React, you'll be able to create user interfaces in a much faster way. You'll need to learn components, JSX, props, state, events, and conditional rendering. Of course, another huge aspect of React are hooks. So with hooks, you'll have to dive into use state, use effect, use ref, use context, and many other hooks. They allow you to just utilize more of the React library. Now, to learn React, you can watch the Filmpire course, but you can also watch many YouTube tutorials. After you learn React, you'll have to learn a React UI framework, and there are plenty of these. In this case, I would recommend Material UI, as it is a lightweight CSS framework that is designed to be used with React applications. Then, to help you even more, you'll be able to learn some popular React packages, such as React Router, React Query, Axios, React Hook Form, Style Components, Storybook, or Framer Motion. After you do that, then you'll have to learn how to manage state in React. And you can do that using just plain old use state hook, using the use context hook, or you can use Redux. Redux is going to allow you to manipulate a much more complex piece of state called a store. So what happens after you learn React? You can then learn React frameworks, such as Next.js, that's going to allow you to build server-rendered and statically generated web applications. One of the main benefits of using Next is that it allows you to create easy server render applications, and then they can improve the performance of your SEO application. Then after that, it's not really a framework, but it is TypeScript. TypeScript is a programming language that is superset of JavaScript. One of the main benefits of using TypeScript is that it adds static typing to JavaScript, which can help you improve the reliability and maintainability of your code. Great. Then there's React Native, in case you want to write mobile applications using React. And finally, there is also testing. If you want to test your applications and make sure that the development process goes smoothly and that you catch bugs on time, then you want to use testing libraries such as Jest or Mocha. Great. And also, finally, you want to learn how to deploy websites, and you can do that using Netlify, Vercel, or Heroku. Great. So hopefully now you understand what you need to learn to become a front-end developer, what languages and technologies you need to learn. Now, I have a question for you. Will you practice, build real projects, and debug until you're confident in your skills? Do you commit to learning to what we just mentioned? Type yes in the chat if you do. Great. I can already see a lot of people agreeing with this, and they're happy with everything we went over, and they're gonna start implementing those React skills right away. So that sounds great. Now, the second thing after learning front-end for some people might be to learn backend. Now, backend development is another beast. First, before diving into backend or while diving into backend, you'll want to learn a Node.js framework. Rather, it's not really a framework, it is a cross-platform JavaScript runtime. That's going to allow you to execute JavaScript outside of a browser. It allows you to run JavaScript on the server side and is commonly used for building web servers, APIs, and other types of backend services. Now, there's also Express.js, which helps you create APIs. Now, there are a lot of different backend concepts you should learn, such as HTTP and HTTPS requests, REST APIs, GraphQL, WebSockets, CORS, MVC architecture, CI/CD pipelines, and serverless. I know these might sound really scary, but one by one, we'll get over them. Now, you also need to learn that there are two types of databases. There's SQL, relational databases, and NoSQL, non-relational databases. Relational databases are organized into tables, which are made of rows and columns. Then there is, of course, examples of those most popular SQL databases, which are MySQL, PostgreSQL, and SQLite. Now, for NoSQL databases, they are more organized into tables. They're not organized into tables like relational databases. They store data in a more flexible format, such as a JSON object. There's MongoDB, CouchDB, and DynamoDB as three primary examples. Now, after learning about databases, you'll want to learn about caching. Caching is a technique for storing data in a temporary storage area called a cache, so it can be retrieved quickly. The idea behind caching is to reduce the number of times that an application has to retrieve the data from a slower storage location, such as a network server. And there, the most popular caching solution is Redis. After that, there is also ORM or ODM. And these are techniques for converting data between a database and an object programming language. In this case, Mongoose, Prisma, and SQLize. These are some examples of ODMs that work with these databases. Now, there are more essential things that you need to learn. And these are authentication, how to log in and sign up users, OAuth, hashing, rate limiting, reverse proxy, load balancing, and if you want to write great documentations, there's a website called Swagger. Great. Now, there are even more important topics, and these are learning the terminal or CLI, learning the basics of Git, the basics of networking, the basics of web security, payment gateways, and testing. There's a lot of things to learn, but no worries, we're going to go through it together. Then you need to learn to deploy on different cloud services. Things such as Google Cloud, DigitalOcean, and AWS, Azure, Heroku, Linode, or Vercel. There are a lot of different cloud service platforms. Now, I see some people in the chat asking if they need to learn about backend specifically. Well, it's your choice completely. You can be a backend developer, a frontend developer, or a full stack developer. Now that we went through everything needed to become a front-end or a back-end developer, which of these technologies will you learn? Will you practice until you're confident in your skills? And do you commit to learning what we just mentioned? Once again, type yes in the chat if you do. Great. I see a lot of yeses in the chat already. But now we're diving into an even more important thing, and that is, of course, not this, but finding a mentor to skyrocket your progress and get unstuck. We talked about how to learn, and that is, of course, through project-based building. We talked about what to learn, and that is, of course, the front end and back end and all the corresponding technologies. But then now we need to talk about how to learn faster. And you can learn faster by finding a mentor to skyrocket your progress and get unstuck. I'll show you why having a mentor is important and how you'll be able to find one. Mentors are crucial for developers, but they're almost impossible to find. When I was first starting out, I was lucky enough to have a mentor. He taught me more than I could have ever learned on my own. He's the reason why I've been able to get to where I am today. One of the reasons is getting unstuck. The most common issue developers face is getting stuck on a problem for hours, days, or even weeks. It's frustrating. It's the reason many abandon coding altogether. It's the reason many gave up on their dream job. A good mentor won't solve the problem for you, but will push you in the right direction, instead of wasting time or getting discouraged and quitting. If, with the help of a mentor, you can solve a bug in 1 day instead of 3, you'll progress 3 times faster as others. Pretty good, right? Now, the second aspect of having a mentor are code reviews. Almost no developers are lucky enough to have a senior developer review their code and give feedback. That feedback is crucial for evolving from a junior to a senior developer. Mentors will ideally refactor your code and optimize it. You won't just learn how to do something, but you'll learn the best way to do it. Over time, you'll start to think and code like a senior developer. Now, a third aspect are industry insights. Mentors can give you unique insights into how you can reach your dream job, what you need to know for this position. Are you ready to apply for it? Are there some things you should work on before applying? You also can gain access to the mentors network, which is incredibly valuable. And finally, the last aspect of a mentor is encouragement and motivation. Developing involves a lot of problem solving. It can be difficult and tiring, and you can get discouraged easily. Just having somebody who's been through things is encouraging. Regular communication is also shown to help people stick with doing hard things, and talking to mentors will help you stay motivated. Now, do you see how a mentor will help you find a job much faster, with a lot of less struggle and despair, and hours banging your head against the wall or fingers against the keyboard? Think about how great it would be not to face these tough engineering challenges alone. Think about how awesome it would be to build great apps without getting stuck. Now, let me know in the chat if you see value in having a mentor as a developer. And of course, I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying these things because it is, I guess, one of the things that people often say, kind of a cliche. Find a mentor, build different projects, do instead of think, right? But really, it is one of the things that helped me personally the most. But now, I'm going to do something even better for you. I'm going to help you find a mentor. There are a few different ways you can find a mentor for learning web development. You can join a local meetup or a coding group. That is the first way. Those groups often have experienced developers who are willing to mentor others. The second way to get a mentor is to reach out to a developer at a company where you would like to work. Many developers are happy to help others and may be able to offer guidance and support. The third way to get a mentor is to enroll in a coding bootcamp that includes mentorship as part of the program. The fourth way to get a mentor is to use a mentorship platform where you can get matched with a mentor who has the skills and experience you're looking for. Some examples of these platforms are mentorcruise.com and codementor.io. The fifth way to get a mentor is to ask for recommendations from people in your network. They may be able to connect you with a developer who is willing to mentor you. And the sixth way to get a mentor is to attend developer conferences and networking events. These events can be a great way to meet experienced developers and potentially find a mentor. Great. Now, I think by now, hopefully, you can see that having a mentor will make your job search more enjoyable, efficient, and faster. Let me know in the chat if you agree. Now, I see that somebody in the chat mentioned that getting a mentor is like getting an accountability partner, right? They have the same goal and the same seriousness. So yeah, you don't necessarily have to have a mentor. You can have an accountability partner. And that person really hit it specifically because our next point right here is to staying motivated by joining a community of like-minded driven developers. And that is the same thing, having accountability partners. So learning about web development, as we said so far, can be challenging. And being part of a community is crucial to staying motivated. With the help of the community, you can get help and from others and also support others. You'll get someone to share your struggles with. When you're learning something new, it can be helpful to have someone who understands what you're going through. A community of developers can provide a lot of support and an understanding environment where you can share your challenges and get encouragement from others. Now, the second thing of a group is that you can get inspired by others. A community is a source of inspiration and motivation, and seeing others in the community making progress and achieving their goals can be a great source of inspiration and motivation. You can draw on the successes of others to help you keep you motivated. Now, another aspect of that is that you'll be able to share your success. Sharing your wins and progress and getting positive responses in your return will make you feel accomplished. As humans, we tend to do things that result in us feeling better. We can use this to our advantage. When you complete a certain feature or a project and get a positive feedback, you'll want to do more of it. And finally, there is an interesting idea. It's called a mimetic desire. Mimetic desire is an idea that humans desire to copy the behaviors of others. It is based on the idea that humans are social animals who are influenced by the people around them, and that we often want to do what others have or do. For example, if you see someone driving a fast car, you might feel a strong desire to have that car for yourself. It sounds a little depressing, I know, but we can use this to our advantage to stay motivated while learning web development. As others share their progress and wins, we start to want to do the same thing more and more. It's a great positive feedback loop which can help you snowball your success. Hopefully by now, you can see how joining a community will help you become the web developer you want to be, how it will help you find a job faster and less painfully. With a lot of support, positive feedback, not feeling alone, and moving towards the same goal. I see a lot of people in the chat mentioned the Discord channel and how they can find different channels for accountability buddies. Yes, JavaScript Mastery has our own huge Discord community channel. It's going to be linked right now in the chat, and there I think we're right now over 17,000 developers helping each other and supporting each other. So that is great. Perfect. Now, of course, we talked about a community, but how can you find one? Well, of course, those groups such as Discord groups, servers, Slack channels are a great way. You can also attend local meetups and conferences. You can also join courses or bootcamps that include a built-in community as a part of it. And that's the JSM Pro and the Masterclass Discord servers. There, different students help each other learn and they keep each other motivated. Great. Now, after you learn, now we talked about how you can learn, what you can learn, in which way you can learn faster, and how you can stay motivated while learning. You have almost everything you need to become a perfect web developer ready to get a job. But now we come to the next thing, and that is how to win at job search. After you have everything you need, now you need to be able to pass interviews without anxiety and imposter syndrome. And there are a couple of aspects that come to that. The first one is having a great resume. It's important to craft a resume that showcases your skills and experience in a clear and concise way. A strong resume demonstrates your knowledge and expertise as a developer, and it helps you stand out from other candidates. Now, there are a lot of different ways to optimize your resume to improve your chances of landing a dream job. First, keep it up to date. And second, use a clean and a professional layout that you can find online. So for example, right here, right now, I'm opening a Figma design to a resume that looks really clean. You need to list your education, your achievements, your skills, and your experience. There's nothing more, nothing less. Great. Use action verbs. You want to say that what you did. Google recruiters suggest this form. Accomplished X as a measured by Y by doing Z. For example, say something like this. I accomplished a 20% increase in user engagement on a client's website as measured by the number of daily users. So this is it. This is what we're talking about. Scaled business to 120 million ARR. Drove 383 million customers to use Apple Pay. Scaled to be a 30 billion company. Of course, these are some incredible achievements, but the key point here is use action verbs. Helped, recruited, integrated, scaled, and then back that up with numbers. Great. Now, the second aspect to having a great chances at getting a job search is, of course, modifying your GitHub profile. Your recruiters are gonna look for a GitHub profile. All companies will look at it and when they're considering you for a job. So in this case, we need to be able to show that you can collaborate, you can work with others, and you can consistently publish your code to GitHub. So how to win at the GitHub job? Keep your profile up to date and make sure it accurately reflects your skills and experience. Remove all repositories that don't reflect your current skills. Participate in open source projects and contribute to other people's projects. Showcase your knowledge of version control by using descriptive commit messages. So, can you see how optimizing your resume and GitHub can help you stand out as a developer and improve your chances of landing a job? Hopefully, by now you can see that. But even more important than that is the LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile is an essential skill, or rather a profile, your page, your business card to landing your dream developer job. Almost all companies will look at your LinkedIn profile these days, and many will look for employees on LinkedIn. A good LinkedIn profile showcases your skills, experience, and the apps you've built. There are many ways to use LinkedIn to your advantage in your job search, but here are the 3 most important ones. First, acquire 500 plus connections. You are more likely to appear in LinkedIn search results if you have more connections, and you'll be more visible to recruiters. Second, use a professional profile and background photo. Third, add skills to the skills section. Recruiters use skills as filter when searching for candidates. Some examples of skills you can use are JavaScript, full stack development, front-end development, back-end development, React, Git, and GitHub. Great. So hopefully now you can see how optimizing your resume, GitHub, and LinkedIn profile can help you land your dream job faster. Will you take the time to craft a professional and appealing profile that showcases your skills and experience? Imagine the interviewer looking at your LinkedIn profile. Do you think they will be impressed with what they see and call you in for an interview? Let me know in the chat. Now I'm gonna wait a couple of seconds to see your messages, and then we can comment over that. Let me know whether you think if somebody looked at your LinkedIn profile right now, would they be amazed with what they can see? Okay, I can see some yeses and some nos. Those that said yes, I'm really happy for you. That means that you already built your LinkedIn profile and hopefully you're getting hundreds of different job offers. But I can also see a lot of people saying no. So to those of you that said no, well, hopefully you can take the tips from this YouTube live. You can rewatch it later on, learn about those technologies, and then update your profiles accordingly. And then you'll be able to get many job offers. Great. Now, there are 2 more aspects to being more job ready, and that is learning about algorithm exercises. Algorithm exercises demonstrate your logic and problem-solving skills, which are crucial for web development. Most companies require you to solve algorithm exercises in interviews, so knowing algorithms is necessary for landing high-paying software engineering jobs. Now, how to improve at algorithms? Well, let me give you a 5-step analysis. First, choose specific algorithm or data structure to focus on. Second, learn the basics of chosen algorithm or data structure. Third, practice implementation. Fourth, analyze performance. And fifth, solve problems or exercises. So hopefully that helps just a bit. And finally, we have the next thing, and that is 3 most popular interview questions. Now, I'm gonna teach you how to give answers to the 3 most popular interview questions. Your skills are one part of landing your dream job. Knowing the best answers to interview questions before the interview multiplies your chances of getting the job. You will feel less anxious during interviews and have an easier time solving technical challenges. Now, there are plenty of questions you should know answers to, both technical and common interview questions. We don't have time to go through them all, but here are the 3 most common interview questions, along with how to answer them. First, tell me about yourself. They don't want to hear your life story. Tell them, first, your experience relevant to the role. If they want a MERN stack developer, talk about a MERN stack experience. Second, the value you throw. I created these parts of the apps. I managed a team of 3. I built a 5-figure project in 3 months. Talk about your value. Then, your biggest strengths. Finish by saying The reason I want to work here is, and then mention their values. You can find their values on their website. Great. Next, why do you want to work for a company? Again, for this question, don't talk about yourself. This question is designed to help the interviewer understand your motivations and see if you're a good fit for the company culture. Talk about the company's vision, mission, and values, and how you align with them. You can find those on their websites as well. Great. And finally, what are your strengths and weaknesses? This question is a common way for the interviewer to assess your self-awareness and honesty. When discussing your strengths, give specific examples of how you used those strengths in the past. When discussing your weaknesses, be honest. Show that you're actively working to improve them, or you've already solved 90% of the weaknesses. Don't give them an easy reason to eliminate you. Now, do you see how learning common interview questions and answers will help you land your dream job? Will you practice these questions and answers? Take a pen and paper or open up your Notion or a notepad app and write those down. Write your answers and rehearse them. Imagine you're in an interview. Do you think you'll be able to answer these questions confidently when you are asked? Let me know down in the chat. Great. I see that some people would be able to answer those questions. Some people are saying they wouldn't, some are saying they would, but yeah, if whatever the case is, now you have the 3 most commonly asked questions, write them down and prepare for them. That's going to make your job search so much easier. Great. Now, let's summarize what we learned today. You learned why you should spend most of your time doing practical learning. You also learned which technologies you need to learn depending on your ideal role. Is that right, guys? You learned how you can find a mentor to skyrocket your progress and get unstuck. You learned how you can stay motivated by joining a community of like-minded driven developers. And you also learned how you will win at job search, how you'll create your resume, how you'll optimize your LinkedIn and GitHub profile, and how you're going to confidently pass interviews without anxiety and imposter syndrome. Now, are you happy with what you came to the webinar with today? Are you happy that you came in and listened to what I had to say today? Do you realize the advantage you will have by following this proven process? Can you see yourself applying what I showed you today? Even if you use just a tiny fraction of what you discovered, would you say our time was well spent? Would you like to spend even more time together going even deeper and further on this? Great. Now, here's what I know about you. Even if we had 10 hours together, instead of just about 60 minutes that went through right now, it's going to be hard and almost impossible to create a lasting change. One measly webinar isn't going to cut it. You need more than that. While what I've given you today is incredibly valuable, it's just the tip of the iceberg. This webinar is going to teach you how you can take the step-by-step basis and really do something with your LinkedIn, with your skills, and everything else. And I'm really happy you found a lot of value, as I can see in the chat. Now, after creating these project-based tutorials for years, I learned that they can only help you so much. they can't guarantee you'll get your dream job. So I was faced with one of two choices. The first one is to keep making the tutorials and even share what you've learned shared today, part ways with you, and then hope that you can make it on your own. But the second option is that I could take a more active role and responsibility for your success to create a situation where our relationship could evolve and form a more and more deal that's ongoing, growing, and mutually rewarding relationship. One where I would personally make sure you will succeed. I chose the second option, and you can see, and when you see what I have in store for you, you're going to be really glad that I did it. So, with pleasure, let me introduce you to the new JSM Masterclass experience. I prepared a program, 3 to 6 months program, where we guide you and really take everything we talked about today to the next level. The JSM Masterclass is built on everything we discussed today, but also so much more. We have a cutting-edge custom platform. Our custom platform will allow students to stay focused on what matters. Now, let me quickly pull up a Figma design to show you what our platform has. It's going to include things such as a dashboard, tracking progress, a JSM overflow where you'll be able to ask questions, and so much more. So right here, great. I think I can start sharing my screen right here. And there we go. So hopefully right now you can see a design for our cutting edge platform that you can get access to by joining the masterclass. And in here, you'll be able to get your dashboard, but you'll also be able to have your profile, your student database, your team hub, where you'll be able to learn more about the projects you'll develop, also your team members, and all the important links. You're going to have a schedule to learn what you need to learn, but then there's also the JSM overflow. If at any point you have any questions, you'll immediately be able to get answers by mentors right away. There's also exercises where you can practice algorithms and also front-end challenges. There are webinars where you can talk about web development topics and learn straight from me. And finally, there is the one-on-one mentoring where you can jump on a meeting and immediately get helped by a mentor. Great. That is only one aspect of our JSM Masterclass experience. Now, we have monthly team projects as the second part. So you will spend most of your time developing industry-grade applications in a team. These apps will make you stand out from hundreds of developers applying to your dream job. Unlike in many bootcamps or while learning alone, will simulate the day-to-day developer workflow and environment. This means that you'll be ready for your dev job and you can excel from day one. You'll have first-hand experience with project management, agile methodologies, and Scrum. This will allow you to fit in with or lead teams of developers. You'll have daily stand-up meetings with your team, but you can code flexibly throughout the day. You can choose to code at a time that works for you and at a time that you can focus on and do your best work. Great. Now, the most important aspects of these teams or these projects are going to be the mentors. In the masterclass, you'll have weekly meetings with mentors. You'll have one-on-one meetings and team meetings. Mentors will be available 24/7 via chat to help you with any bugs or questions. Great. You won't get stuck on errors for days or weeks anymore. Mentors will review your pull requests and give you feedback on every single line of code you write. Over time, you'll start to think and code like a senior developer. Now, let me quickly share with you what one of our students has done in 6 months. His name is Rogers, and we just recently recorded a review with him where he talked and shared his experience in the JSM Masterclass experience. So let me quickly put this on the screen so you can see it. This video is going to be linked in the description of this video later on, so you'll be able to watch it fully once this live is done. So right here on the screen, you can see Rogers. Rogers was a student of the JSM Masterclass experience, and he managed to go from being laid off in Twitter. So he first got a job in Twitter, believe it or not, as a mid developer there. But then Elon Musk came and screwed things up a bit. He got laid off, but then he got to a senior development position, leading a team of 6 developers. You'll be able to watch his entire review later on down in the description. And also, the link will later on be shared in the description and maybe even in the chat. Great. Just wanted to put that out there. We had students who are already achieving phenomenal things even during layoffs. Great. Now, after talking about the mentors, there's also the help with the job search. With our mock interviews, we'll rid you of interview anxiety. You will learn how to answer any questions recruiters or clients ask you. We'll also teach you how to create strong resumes, LinkedIn profiles, GitHub portfolios, and everything we talked about today with our frameworks, guides, and tactics. And finally, there is just so much more. To keep this short, I'll mention a couple of things. You'll complete algorithm exercises weekly with our custom testing. You'll complete a front-end challenge every other week to build your development knowledge and portfolio. I'll explain important topics in web development webinars, and there will also be live Q&As where you'll be able to ask me any questions. Now, we're only accepting applications for a limited amount of time, and once the doors close, you'll have to wait for the next enrollment period. To apply now, you can go to the link I'll give you shortly and take a quiz. Only after you fulfill a quiz, you'll be able to see if you're eligible to join. We currently don't accept complete beginners, so if you pass, then you're good to go. Now, finally, you might be wondering how much you'll need to invest to join the masterclass. And I can see a lot of the questions are popping up in the chat. So, first of all, talking about the investment, talking about the salary, $108,000 is the average salary for the full stack React.js developer. Now, usually, boot camps alone cost about $20,000, and they teach you to build, okay applications. Now, also, the masterclass costs way less, but it delivers way more. It consists of 3 options. The first option is the exceptional engineer. Now, this option right now is discounted to $12,000, $11,997, and it's designed to those who want to improve at light speed and become unmatched hires. It includes 6 months of coaching, unequaled 3-month capstone project, mock interviews. But yeah, before we dive into mock interviews, here's a GIF of a project that people can build. So this was a capstone project that a team called Bit by Bit built in the first masterclass. You can see it is a whole booking platform, even better than booking.com. Then it even includes mock interviews. It includes 1 hour daily one-on-one mentoring 5 times per week, and also includes the individual mentoring until you get hired for however long it takes, 2 times per week plus check-ins. Great. Now, this option is great for people that really want to become exceptional. You're going to get daily coaching. You're going to get weekly coaching even after the masterclass is done. But now, there's also an option called the devoted developer. This option is a bit cheaper, coming at an 8,000 discounted from 10,050, or sorry, 10,500. This option is perfect for getting hired as a web developer. It includes 6 months of coaching, and it also includes the unequal 3-month capstone project, mock interviews, but this time it's weekly one-on-one mentoring. This option doesn't include the daily one-on-one mentoring, just weekly. And finally, there is the confident coder option. This option, it costs even less, and this one is great for learning modern web development. It includes 3 months of coaching opposed to 6, and it also includes weekly one-on-one meetings. Great. Later on, we'll be raising our prices to keep improving the masterclass for the students. Right now, I want to give our students everything you need to succeed, and senior mentor help, creating resources, research, and all that comes at a price. That being said, I want to get you to where you want to be today. So you can join at a discounted price until January 12th. After January 12th, you will never be able to join at this special price again. Admissions at the full price end January 19th, and the new cohort starts February 2nd. There are only 25 spots available, and you will have to wait at least 3 months for the next cohort. So you can act now. To make this decision even easier for you, if you join now, you'll get these bonuses. You'll get strategical, LinkedIn and GitHub, resume guides and checklists that guarantee you to get noticed by recruiters and put your profile and resume in the top 0.1% of developers. You're going to get access to all the JSM Pro courses and materials. You're going to get access to all future JSM Pro courses. You're going to get access to a driven community of like-minded developers. You're going to get access to the business masterclass that will help you sell yourself, your agency, or your freelance services. And you're going to get access to exclusive career materials. Finally, you'll get access to 14 special roadmaps, guides, and cheat sheets. Not only that, but I guarantee results. I think this is the most important part of the entire offers. All students will receive a 7-day money-back guarantee. If you change your mind in the first 7 days of joining, you'll receive a full refund, 0 questions asked. But even more important than that, you're going to get a job guarantee. Students of the exceptional engineer and the devoted developer are guaranteed to get a job within the 6 months of a completion of the program, or you will get a full refund. This is how confident we are that this program will help you. There are conditions to this guarantee. They're simple. The only thing we say is that you need to do the work. You need to work on the projects, show up for meetings, and apply to jobs. Now, I'm going to guide you through the process of applying for the masterclass. To apply for the masterclass, you have to go to jsmastery.pro/masterclass. So let me quickly open up a browser right here and show you how that looks like. There we go. We are on jsmastery.pro/masterclass. The second thing you need to do is click Apply Now. Inside of here, you'll have to enter your email. So let's put a dummy email right now. And then you'll be redirected to a form. This form will check if you are qualified to join the JSM Masterclass experience. You'll have to answer a lot of different questions, and then we'll ensure if you're ready to get taught by the mentors in the JSM Masterclass experience. Great. Now, if we quickly get back right here, if you already solved this form and you're eligible to join, then you'll immediately be redirected to the This Masterclass is Made For You page. Great. Right here, you'll be able to learn and read about more information, get everything about all the info you need, and then read even more on that. Even more so, you can watch these reviews that we took from the masterclass students that graduated just recently. There is Santiago that just recently landed a freelance project for Adidas immediately, or rather while still in the program. And then there's Rogers that we talked about. He managed to get a job after being laid off from Twitter. So there are a lot of these opportunities, and all of our students are making it. And I'm really happy to say that. There are many more reviews. You can watch it, you can read about it, you can look into the pricing, and yeah. Finally, we offer payment plans. So in case you cannot pay a full amount, you can opt in for our payment plans right here. Great. If you're still unsure, you can book a call with us to make sure that this is the right fit for you. But right now, 5 people already joined before because they showed interest for the previous cohort and they were unable to join there. So 5 spots are already gone. But you can still immediately join by clicking this link right here. Choose the program you want to. You can choose the payment plan or the full amount right now. Or if you're really not sure, then you can book a call with me and we're going to guide you through everything. Great. So yeah, there's this huge guarantee we talked about and there's a lot of information. Now, I would want to take this time to invite you to read the FAQs at the end of the page and just answer your question while I have you in the YouTube live right here. Great. So with that said, I'm going to stop speaking really quickly and you can ask me questions and I'll try to answer these questions one by one. Great. So yeah, now I'll be waiting for your questions and I'll try to answer them right away. Great. I'll put the chat right here so I can see your questions. And there we go. Great. I see. Is studying computer science and working as a web developer in China, are these a great choice? Well, computer science is good. In some countries where university is free, it's a great choice, but it takes a lot of time. Keep in mind that it takes 3 to 5 years or even longer to graduate computer science, and it's tough. It's not always easy, but you don't really have guaranteed results. You won't be able to necessarily land a job just because you have a computer science degree. Now, I see that some people have finished bootcamps before, but they wish they went with mine. Well, we have a lot of people that finished bootcamps before. For example, the Santiago that landed that Adidas job while he was still in the bootcamp, he did finish another bootcamp before he joined this one. And we have many other students that did the same. So in case you finished another bootcamp but still feel insecure, then you can just join us, and then we're gonna help you build out your portfolio. Now, I see a lot of people that are talking about the price. So the price it's not cheap. And how comes it's not cheap? Well, ask yourself, what's the yearly salary of your dream job? The value of freelance projects. Imagine how it would feel to be more confident in your skills, to be respected and paid what you know you can be worth. What price would you put on that? How much longer do you want to wait, and how much longer can you afford to wait? With all of that said, if the cost of the masterclass is 25% or more of your income and savings, then this is not for you. It's for developers who have the time and money to invest now and be years ahead in just a few months' time. Hopefully this makes sense. Great. Now, I see some questions regarding how much time is required to participate in the masterclass. We recommend about 4 hours daily. Of course, we have people that have already attended boot camps and then joined ours, and yes, they were able to obtain remote jobs for it. And we also had people that are currently working as a developer, and they wanted to increase their chances. So yeah, all of those people, we help them. Some people joined as juniors and we helped them get to senior positions. And some people came with nothing and we helped them land that junior job. So yeah, I know that you guys have been to some other boot camps and you didn't like it. But yeah, again, the main difference with us is we build this from scratch. I personally built this from scratch. I created all of those videos that were watched by millions of people, and I focused this bootcamp or the masterclass really on practical build experience. So looking at some questions, yes, we do accept international students. Yes, we can guarantee a job for Australia. And yes, you are likely to get a 100K plus salary after 2 to 4 years of experience. Regarding the payment method, you can pay by card, so that should work really easily. And we do offer payment plans, as I mentioned before. So yes, you can get a 6-month payment plan for the Enlightened Engineer and the Devoted Developer programs. I see also somebody mentioned you will get a job after completing this course. If you can, go for it. Yes, that is true. We have a guarantee where you'll get a full refund if you don't land a job within 6 months of graduating. Great. And yes, the courses, the Filmpire and the NFT Marketplace and the Complete Path to JavaScript Mastery, they're all included in the masterclass, as well as all of the future courses that we will release. And yes, we do accept international students. So yeah, as we discussed about the pricing, it's not cheap, but again, think about the yearly salary of your developer job. If you can land that job, if you can land that salary, that's going to be life-changing, and then the price will not seem as high anymore. Now, some people can also ask themselves, why can't you just keep watching JSM's free YouTube videos? And of course, guys, for you, I will always keep creating phenomenal project-based YouTube videos. You don't have to worry about that. I just did this webinar to talk about this new masterclass, but always I will keep developing those projects and videos. But again, how much do you value something that's free? How do you know if the video you're watching is what you need to land your dream job? How often do you take massive action because of a YouTube video? Because there's a really big difference between binge watching JSM's content and having us hold you accountable for coding apps in a team without the help of a video and receiving weekly mentoring around your weaknesses. If you think our free stuff is good, just wait until you see what the JSM Masterclass is hiding. Some people are also asking about Web3 courses. Yes, we do have a couple of Web3 courses on YouTube, but we also, our mentors, teach Web3 inside of the masterclass. Senpai asked, do you talk like this in normal life? Well, yeah, I think I do. I'm trying to sound interesting. Right here, I'm based in Europe, and I know that a lot of people here are based in the US, so I wanted to make sure that you can watch this, but right now it's about 1 a.m. here, so I'm trying to stay awake and share as much knowledge to you as possible. Now, I see that some people asked about discounts or purchasing power parity. Now, for courses, we do offer purchasing power parity for different countries because I want to make sure that it is affordable for everybody. But regarding the masterclass, as we have senior developers who will personally mentor you, review your code, help you get unstuck 24/7 and keep you accountable, we do offer career guidance and mock interviews. Unfortunately, we cannot offer discounts. I understand that many of you from developing world cannot afford the masterclass, and I sincerely hope you use our JSM Pro courses and YouTube videos and put in the work and save so that one day you'll be able to get to that next level. Great. So yeah, I see some friends from Canada saying that they're happy that it's happening in this time. Yeah, really happy about that. So yeah, I'm based in Europe, Croatia, but again, we have students in the masterclass from all over the world. I'm talking Singapore, Canada, US. We even had a student from China, Argentina, Poland. It's all over the world, really. But I think US really predominantly scores there. We have a lot of students from California. So yeah, at the moment we don't offer any scholarships just due to the fact that we have to have the mentors ready to personally mentor you, review your code, and I'll also be there for you 24/7. But yeah, if you cannot afford it, then just try to watch YouTube videos and give your best. I see Benjamin said that he quit his job 2 years ago, been to 3 bootcamps, graduated his last bootcamp 3 months ago, no job, and still doesn't feel confident or competent. None of the bootcamp projects I've done look like JSM. Well, Benjamin, I would really like to have a talk with you. You don't have to purchase, but just book a call, and I'm going to show you what we can do together. That's really, you are the type of people we're looking for the most. People who already have some skills but didn't develop proper projects or don't feel confident enough. I'm here to give you the skills, to give you that confidence, to gather all the knowledge you have right now, and really to show you how you can build something. Great. So somebody asked, what's the number of people that will be allowed in the masterclass? Right now, we're limited to only 25 people. So for the period of the next 3 months, or even more maybe, there are only going to be 25 people there. Great. And yes, current trend, there are month-to-month payments available. And yes, LinkedIn skill assessment will help you find a better job. Now, people might be wondering, is this program not worth it if they're already working as a developer? Now, if you are currently working as a developer, let me tell you, there are a lot of students who are working as a developer and decided to join the masterclass. So there are a couple of questions I want to ask you. Are you currently satisfied with your income and position? Are you happy with the work you do and the tech you use? Are you independent and confident in your skills? And are you constantly contacted by recruiters? Are you convinced you can take on freelance clients? And do you have the technical knowledge and connections to start a SaaS business? If you answered no to any of these questions, then yes, the masterclass is worth it, even if you are already working as a developer. Yeah, I see some people I see Elliot. Hi, Elliot, from Macedonia. And companies are looking for intermediate developers and not juniors. That is right. Right now we're talking about a layoff time. So people are there are great layoffs happening, and companies are not willing to risk it with junior developers, because in most cases, junior developers take a lot of time from the company because they have to have senior developers mentor them. But we can help you immediately jump over that junior course, or rather junior position, to mid, and that way you can get over that gap. Great. Now, you might also wondering will this work for you specifically? Well, nothing is wrong with you. You just haven't so far put enough time to get better. Again, here's a simple example. If somebody asked you to print Hello World 5 times, you'd laugh because you've done it so many times. But when you were starting out, you had no idea how to do that. Of course, you weren't confident because you didn't have a reason to be. We guarantee this will work for you if you put in the work. Yeah, I see Nicholas from Spain. Yes, the positions will be remote. We recently partnered with a company called Turing that is the leading company for development, recruitment regarding remote positions. And finally, there are a lot of questions about the layoffs happening right now. So the question is, can I really get hired in today's job market? Well, yes, there have been layoffs and it's not looking good. First the COVID hit, and then the war, and then now people are concerned with ChatGPT. But let me tell you, employers will always hire developers who are masters at what they do. Those who can prove their expertise and position themselves as the only one for that job, and we'll teach you how to do that. Besides, we guarantee you'll get hired or you'll get a full refund, so there's nothing to lose. Somebody else asked how much are the course prices. Well, we went over that, but I can quickly share with you really quickly. Also, what skills or coding level is required for somebody to enroll the Masterclass experience? If you go to the JSM Masterclass experience website right here, you can see it. There we go. And if you click apply, you can enter your email and then you can go through the eligibility guide, rather a quiz that be able to show you whether you are a great fit and whether you have what it takes to join. So just go over it and you'll be able to kind of see if it's a good fit for you. Great. Yes, we do give a certificate for completing the JSM Masterclass experience as well. I think that was asked by Alexis. And finally, you might be wondering, what if you're unhappy with the Masterclass? Well, we do offer a full money-back guarantee for the first 7 days after joining. So if you don't like it, or in case something comes up, you have a refund. Great. And finally, both of our 6-month options come with a crazy guarantee. If you don't get hired within 6 months after you finish the program, you're gonna get a full refund. That's how confident we are, and we hope you'll have the confidence to join us and transform your life. Benjamin asked, when does the cohort start? Well, it's officially starting on the 2nd of February, so in about a month. But we have a really long onboarding process where we ensure that you're ready to get started. We talk with you personally before the start, and then we ensure that you have everything we need, so when the time starts, you are ready to get started with the masterclass. So you can already join the program right away. Now, somebody is asking, what is unequaled 3-month capstone project? Well, let me show you. Here on our page, you can see the masterclass in this GIF right here. If I open it, it's a full-fledged booking platform that our students have developed. I can even find a Figma design to show you how it looks like. So give me just 1 second and I'm gonna show you what a 3-month unequaled capstone project really is. It looks like this. It is a full-fledged booking platform. Of course, you can choose something else to do, but we're gonna prepare for you an entire design. A design for hotel booking, booking different flights, booking cars, and everything else to make sure that you're ready to develop an unequaled 3-month platform. Great. So it's gonna look something like this. As you can see, this really is a comprehensive design with a lot of different features, and you and your team are going to build this in a period of 3 months. Great. Now, people are also asking, yes, there is a certificate of completion. Somebody said that they have been working as a product manager for 7 years and now decided to become a front-end engineer. Great. I like to code in my spare time. Great. But now I want it to be my job. Yeah, we do help people that have a lot of experience but really want to take it a step further and become a senior developer. Somebody is asking, how does it work with full-time workers? Well, we have many people that already work as developers and they still want to improve their skills. So if that's you, then you can code at your own time. So you can find 2 to 3 hours daily, maybe after or before work, and then also work on weekends. This is going to help you kind of stay up to date and develop great projects such as these ones. Great. Now, how many students to instructors will we have? One of my last bootcamps had 300 students and 4 instructors. It was impossible to have one-on-one sessions for course explanations. Well, let me tell you right now. We're going to have 4 mentors, and we're even thinking about getting the 5th one on less than 25 students. So that's going to be almost 4 to 5 students per one mentor. So we can really focus on every single person. And of course, I personally will be there for you. Now, Code Shelter, I see you asked about the price. You can go to the Masterclass experience, fill in the form and your email, and then scroll down to the pricing. Right here, you can see the pricing for all of the different options of the Masterclass. Great. I can also see some Spanish right here. Although I can understand, I'm not yet that good at speaking, so I cannot answer properly, Byron. And somebody's asking, is that only front-end or back-end? Well, Michael, the program is really special in a way that we support you in what you want to do. So you'll be working in a team, and if you want to focus on front-end, we're going to help you excel at front-end. We can help you do back-end if you want to do that. We can help you with Web3. It's really personalized, really personal approach. Great. Let's see what else do we have here. I'm using Angular at work. Can I enroll in this program? Lee, yes, you can, but we primarily will work with React. So we might want to ask you to switch just to give you better opportunities to join. Great. Mohammed asked if I'm still a university student. Definitely not. I've been working with JavaScript Mastery for more than 5 years now, trying to grow it to more than 500,000 subscribers and also teaching hundreds of millions of people web development. Can I become a UX UI designer plus full stack web development? Yes, you can definitely do that. One of our mentors is a designer, so he can give you more insights about the UX and UI. Animator, we also help with freelance to help you get freelance clients or even start your own agency. Now, how will you return the money if there was no job in 6 months after graduating? Valerie asked that. Hopefully I pronounced that right. We're going to return it with however you want to. That can be a bank transfer or it can be PayPal. Do students learn app development or web development only? Well, for now, we focus mostly on React web development, front-end and back-end. So let's say if we do not get a job after 6 months, the whole money will be refunded. Yes, the whole money will be refunded. The only thing we ask for you is that you actually do the work and you apply for jobs. At what stage do we say somebody is a junior or mid React developer? Well, that's funny. In one of our webinars inside of the masterclass, we shared a 40-page guide that explained differences between 5 different levels of juniors, 5 different levels of seniors, and 5 different levels of mid developers. So, yeah, the question is, it depends from a company to a company. But the more senior you are, the more independent of a developer you are. Great. I see some just greetings. Greetings from Croatia. So that's nice to see. Greetings to everybody. Greetings to Spain, to Croatia, to US, Canada. Great. Perfect. What is the difference between a front-end developer, software engineer, and a web developer? When I apply to jobs, does the title matter too much? I'm a recent CS graduate. Well, we help people become software engineers in a sense that we teach you how to think, how to give you that engineering mindset, really, rather than just teaching you how to code. Ganesh asked, what platform do you teach on? Well, we're creating our own custom platform, which I showed before. And we have 4 to 5 students per one teacher. So we can really focus on everybody specifically. Furkan is asking, if I live in Turkey, is it possible to get to $100,000 income for a year if I work remote to US or any other European countries? Yes, it is absolutely possible. It's going to be a bit tougher than if you were originally from the US or Canada, but still, it is possible. Iduran, hopefully I get that right, ask, do I have to pay everything at once or monthly installments? We do offer monthly installments. You just click this button right here, choose your plan, and then click the button to join, and you'll be able to immediately get monthly installments instead of the initial one-time payment. Great. We have greetings from Serbia, from Indonesia. So yeah, hello everybody. Really glad to have you here, and I really appreciate it. I think it's early morning for Indonesia, but maybe even late at night for Vladimir right here. So thank you guys for supporting me. Great. So yeah, I'll stay here for still some time and answer your questions. So yeah, just so you know. And Momo, thank you for the donation. Really appreciate that. So thank you for being a part of the JSM Masterclass and the YouTube channel as well. Really appreciate that. Tunisia, 1 a.m. So yeah, Tanzania. Thank you guys for joining. How can there be a most popular choice if you just launched the courses? Oh yeah, that's a great question, Anthony. So right now, this is not the first launch of the masterclass. This is actually our third cohort. So already, we had students that graduated the first cohort. The second cohort is currently ongoing, and right now we're starting with the third cohort. Great. I can see Hohenheim, hopefully I got that right, submitting the payment right now. Great. So that's one spot that's less available. Great. Really glad you joined. I see Benjamin as well. Spent 60K on bootcamps. I'm really sorry to hear that, man, but hopefully this is going to be the last time you'll ever have to spend anything, and will help you actually get the value from those 60K you spent and be able to allow you to build something. Somebody asked, do you need a degree to get a good job? Not at all. You need good skills. Great. Perfect. Hohenheim getting ready to join. You'll as soon as you join, you'll be able to book a meeting with me, so we'll be able to speak one-on-one. Great. Somebody said you've been the biggest part of my React career. I'm really happy to hear that. Ganesh asked, what makes your program different from others, and is it 1 hour teaching, and how many hours on the student part do you expect? Well, we expect about 4 hours daily. You can also, of course, do more work per weekends if you're studying or if you're working as a developer. But yeah, we have a lot of mentor coaching. So we have 24/7 mentor chat assistance, so if you get stuck, but we also have pull request reviews, weekly one-on-one mentoring, and with this program, you're even going to get individual daily mentoring 4 times per week, and also mentoring until you get hired. So yeah, a lot of mentoring. Do you consider your YouTube projects tutorials as a practical learning? Yes, of course, but still, you can get stuck in a tutorial hell where you just watch somebody and not yourself actually practicing something. Is the JavaScript Master course different than the bootcamp? Well, yes, the JSM Masterclass experience is a coding bootcamp, and then the complete path to JavaScript mastery is just a beginner JavaScript course. Yeah, somebody asked, Renzo. Hey, Renzo, good evening. Unfortunately, right now, we don't offer discounts or purchasing power parity. That's offered for courses. So if you cannot afford the masterclass so far, you can just watch the regular courses and get them at a discounted price. Leonardo from Switzerland. Hey there. Really glad to have you here. Nothing can be as a physical class bootcamp. Yes, that is a valid point, but still, many most popular bootcamps in the world since COVID hit just transitioned to full online, and it's been working really well. Now, how many persons from the first cohort were from a developing country and they were able to get remote jobs? Horde asks, so right now, the first cohort just graduated recently, a couple of days ago. So it's still so early to say, but Rogers is from a third world country. He is from Kenya, if I'm not mistaken, and he already got a couple of US-based jobs. So yes, the answer is definitely you will be able to secure a job. Will the job be secure? I mean, what if somebody gets laid off? Will you assist in finding another job as well? Well, yes, that's exactly what happened with Rogers. He got a job with Twitter. We were really happy, but then Elon Musk came along and say, hey, we're going to lay off everybody. But then we managed to find a job for him in a senior position where he was a team lead of 6 other developers. Math is not needed for a backend position. Somebody said that they're going to go to Canada. Great. They're originally from Pakistan, so greetings to Pakistan. And yeah, hopefully I wish you a safe travel to Canada. How much experience is needed to get a job? Well, as the layoffs are happening, we want to get you to at least an intermediate position to get a job more easily. Where do you source the nice, smooth UI? Is it part of the masterclass? Yes, the mentors and myself who are developing all of these projects that you can see on the JSM Masterclass YouTube channel, all of these are going to be taught in the masterclass. So if we go to JavaScript Mastery, all of these beautiful UIs that you can see right here in these great applications, these are created by myself, Sujata, Matteo, Faizan, and other developers and designers that will teach you directly in the masterclass. So yes, you will learn how to create these designs. Ganesh asked, does it include CV, interview, and other part related with job search? Absolutely. We're going to help you with everything from getting the skills to finally landing a job. Benjamin said, I've graduated from 3 boot camps. Every one of them made me feel incompetent. I'm really sorry to hear that, Benjamin. But yes, we're going to help you. The projects are much better. I think I have an example right here of how the projects are going to look like. Yeah, so this is the booking platform right here. And then this right here is the example. So Benjamin is referring to the projects of other bootcamps that usually look something like this. It's just some different really, really ugly applications. I think you can see what I mean. And then with the masterclass, you're going to get something that looks like this. Car rental application, music application, booking application. It's so much better. Great. Joe asked, did Rogers have any experience prior to starting the cohort? Yes, he had limited experience, but I need to say that he was struggling. We were really helping him what he was doing and teaching him, and from then it just went, it skyrocketed. His skills skyrocketed from there. Chidi asked, I don't like watching YouTube tutorials, but I still find difficulty in coding JS. Well, practice makes perfect. Great. Now, yeah, Abdullah, greetings to Egypt, greetings to Malawi, yeah, it's not a clickbait title. If you're gonna watch a preview, we had a huge, I think it was 45 minutes to an hour webinar on how you can get a job. Great. So perfect. How long is the masterclass, and how many cohort students did you have for the previous masterclass as by Kong? The masterclass is 3 to 6 months long. So our two kind of more advanced programs last 6 months, and the shorter one is 3 months. And then in the first cohort, we had about 20 students. So we keep the cohorts really, really small to be able to dedicate attention to each student specifically. The masterclass is in English. So yeah, if you can understand what I'm saying right now, you should be able to be good to go. Perfect. Yeah, Iduran, I hope I pronounced your name right. No worries at all. You can watch the recording later on, but now let me just repeat the tech stack that is going to be used. I think we have a graphic right here on the page. Let me just quickly pull it. There we go. So we'll be using Tailwind, Next.js, React, NPM, CSS, Git, and GitHub. We'll even use Jira. We'll use Git. So everything that modern web developers use, such as Material UI, Redux, Tailwind, all of the latest technologies, you'll be able to work with them. So whatever you want to focus on will help you excel in that. Hopefully that answered your question. Somebody asked, is there a job guarantee for the 3-month cohort? No, unfortunately, there is not. We offer the job guarantee for 6 months, as that's the time where we spend more time with you and can really guarantee that you can get a job. Somebody said it's impossible to guarantee. Well, yes, but what happens if you don't get a job is we're gonna give you a full refund. So essentially, you'll get 6 months of coaching, and then you'll get your money back fully if you cannot land a job. Great. Somebody said that they love our videos. I'm really happy to hear that. Are there any job guarantees? Yes, they are job guarantees. So if you don't land a job within 6 months of graduating, you're going to get your full money back. And that's a promise from me right now. What about timing flexibility for teaching people from different parts of the world and work-life balance? Well, we will work in teams, but you will still be able to code on your own and get help from mentors. You just type a message and we'll get back to you. So no worries there at all. We work with people from all over the world. Can the masterclass you offer help you to become a senior React or Node developer? Yes, we've had people that were already working for a couple of years and they joined to get to that senior level, and that's exactly what we help them with. How do you approach debugging and improving applications? Well, of course, through iterations. And the most important part right here, if I can pull it, through pull requests, reviews, and feedback. So every time that you do something, the most important part of the masterclass projects are code reviews. People are usually not lucky to have a senior developer review your code, but this is what we're going to do for you in the masterclass. We're going to review your code for you and we'll help you fix your bugs. Somebody asked about the price difference of the 3-month versus the 6-month. Well, if we go to this page right here and go to the pricing section, in here you can see the differences. The Confident Coder is a 3-month plan or the 3-month program, and then it's 5.5. Rather, the 6-month is this one right here, and you can also turn in the payment plans. So you can pay it every single month. Great. People are asking, what sort of experience is ideal to start in this? Well, if you go to the JSM Masterclass experience page right here, so that's jsmastery.pro and then /masterclass. On this page, you can click Apply Now button, enter your email, and then you can go through a quiz. And that quiz is going to ensure that you're eligible and you have all the skills needed to join. So don't worry about that at all. Can you speak more about how the partnership with Turing work? Is that the tests are waived? So right now, we are in conversations with them. Let me just pull up the Turing so people know what we're talking about. They reached out to us and wanted us to get really experienced developers to them. So you will still have to go through their tests, but you're much more likely to get vetted or get through the tests if we recommend you. So that's one thing of how we work with them. Great. Perfect. Has it happened that someone does not actually get a job in previous cohorts? What's the rate of students that get a job in 3 or 6 months if you have that info? Thanks. Well, right now it's really early to say. So currently we had 2 cohorts already. One cohort graduated about a couple of days before. So it's just a couple of days have passed since the first cohort graduated. And the second cohort is still being a part of the program. And now we're starting with the third. So right now, even only the few days have passed since the end of the first cohort, already a couple of students have got jobs. So that's really already really promising. But unfortunately, I cannot give you correct stats. Now, somebody said, if you're a true beginner, go learn the fundamentals free. I promise you, you'll do better in the program if you do that first. Yes, Benjamin, that's entirely true. The masterclass is not even, we're not going to even accept you if you're a complete beginner. We look for people that have more experience. Great. Somebody asked, what is the difference between the 2 6-month courses? Well, the exceptional engineer is going to give you 1 hour of daily one-on-one mentoring, which means 5 times per week. So we're going to really hold you by your hand and make sure that you succeed. And then also, you're going to get individual mentoring until you get hired, however long it takes, 2 times per week plus check-ins. While the regular 6-month doesn't include that daily one-on-one meetings, rather it includes weekly coaching. Hopefully that makes sense. I think this was asked by Hohenheim. Great. One of my favorite features is the revision of your code. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, the revision of the code and the code refactoring and helping the code reviews are one of the main features that we offer. So I'm really happy that you found value in that. Great. Perfect. Gordon Harris asked, what certificates are credited from any of these courses? So we do have 3 courses: Filmpire, NFT Marketplace, Complete Path to JavaScript Mastery. You're going to get a certificate for completing each one, but the most valuable certificate is for completing, of course, the JSM Masterclass experience. You're going to get a special certificate indicating that you went through the program for 6 months, you built these applications, but trust me, by the time you complete it, you won't even need the certificate. You're going to simply need the skills that you're going to get while you're attending it. So, Guilherme asked, do you do peer programming and how does it work? Yes, you can do peer programming with your mentors, but most often you'll be doing it with your teammates. So we'll separate the people into smaller groups of 3 to 4 smaller developers where you'll work with them to actually code these applications. Hopefully that makes sense. You'll learn how to work in a team, and you'll learn how to really develop applications. As we discussed before, if you wanted to learn how to do push-ups, you'll just do push-ups, and that's exactly what you'll do here. You'll work in teams, and you'll keep developing the applications. Great. The course is, in a sense, self-paced, but you still have to keep up. You have to keep up with everything, and then you have to work in a team, but also you can work on a time that suits you best. Who made the JS Mastery website? Well, I and the JS Mastery team and all of the mentors that you will see in the JSM Masterclass experience. So we focused and we spent a lot of time building this. Hopefully you like it. And these are the kinds of applications that we teach you how to build in the Masterclass. Great. Have any past students got placed? Yes, of course. How many students have you right now? So yeah, we had 20 people in the first cohort that just finished a couple of days ago. We have 20 people in the current cohort, which is currently ongoing, and we're planning on having about 20 students more for the cohort that we're just opening. Hey, Coach Shelter. You said, I was thinking you're unique and helping, and now I know you're just doing business. So far on our YouTube channel, we posted, let me try to get a number right here. Unfortunately, with the new YouTube UI, we cannot see it. Yeah, we cannot see it, but we posted about 100, if not 200 videos entirely for free, teaching people how to build these great applications. And as I said, I love providing value to people, and millions of people already got a lot of value, 25 million to be exact. But now with the masterclass, we're trying to really help you get you to the next step, because I can speak with you personally, and I cannot do that through a YouTube video. So no, I'm not doing business. I'm helping people one-on-one to get to where they want to be. Hopefully that makes sense. Great. So the program is starting officially in February, but we have a really long onboarding period to make sure that you have everything you need to get started. So officially we'll start, well, right away. Right after this webinar is done, you can join us, and then you'll be ready to to get started with the program. As soon as you join and book a slot, you'll be able to select a time to jump on a one-on-one call with me. Great. Perfect. So hopefully this answered all of your questions. And now, if you have any more, I'll be available via email. I can type it out right here. So that's contact@jsmastery.pro. And then there is also, of course, the link to book a call if you still have any questions. So you can book a call directly with me and the members from the JS Mastery team. Great. What level of experience do you need to be to join? Well, you can go to the jsmastery.pro/masterclass, click apply now, and go through the survey to see if you're a right fit. But generally, we want people that already understand the JavaScript and already have some knowledge in React. Any deadline to apply? Yes, the deadline is visible on this page right here. So we have a discount going on until the January 19th. Until the January 12th. So it's about 6 days still to get a discount, a New Year discount. And then there is the full price. You can join from 12th to the 19th for the full price, and then we're close. And then the start on the 2nd. So hopefully that answered your question right there. Great. So with that said, we'll slowly be ending this webinar. I'm really grateful for everybody that joined and stayed until the end. It's been, I think, more than an hour and a half. I want to invite you to watch the YouTube videos if you find this to be not the right fit for you. Again, this is for people that have the money and that are ready to put a fraction of what they're going to get with their actual salary as a developer. So if that's you, then you can join. If not, you can keep watching YouTube videos and you can keep doing what you have been doing so far. Don't forget, we also have pre-recorded courses, which are much, much cheaper than the masterclass. Great. So with that said, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for participating, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.